got the wing out.
Anybody who spent enough time in the info industry, online business, or even just the internet has witnessed the same play being ran over and over again. Somebody finds success with a business model and starts posting videos about it on social media. They realize that they can monetize that audience by selling an offer with a unique mechanism in the niche of that business model. They begin making way more money from the offer than the business model, although they continue to run it on the side to prove that it works. They purchase expensive items, go on crazy vacations, drive supercars, live in penthouses or mansions, all to portray the image of a real entrepreneur. They do collaborations with other large names in order to catapult their already massive reach. The thing is that we only ever pay attention to the ones that have done this successfully and never ask ourselves why it fails so many others. It's almost like there's a level of inequality that exists in the space in which everybody hears about the few, but nobody hears about the many. These past 2 years have been insane for Bergen Resnick, otherwise known as Brez Scales. He's one of those few on the right side of the inequality that everybody hears about. He's become somewhat of a celebrity and one of the most well-known names in the entire make money online space. His offer has done over $15 million in cash collected and will probably go on to do way more in the upcoming future. It's not as if he's got some insane strategy that you've never heard of before and wouldn't be able to replicate. All it really is a subtle trick up his sleeve that allows him to nail the basics. What I'm actually talking about here is resonance. It's not the sort of thing that you can just immediately copy and paste, so it doesn't get enough hype. I'm going to do a breakdown of what it is, how it works, and the way that you can take advantage of it for yourself. Resonance is a term that originates from physics, and it describes a force matching the natural frequency of an object. You can think of a wine glass shattering when somebody sings at the right pitch. All that's happening is the force of sound matching the natural frequency of that wine glass. It can also be applied to the context of an offer owner matching the natural frequency of a client avatar. One of those is literal and the other is figurative, but they work in the exact same way. The impact that a force has on an object is highest when they share the same frequency. The leverage that an offer owner has over their client avatar is also highest when they share the same frequency. The reason that this makes so much sense has more to do with the human mind than marketing or sales. There's a survival mechanism in which humans connect with other humans that are similar to them. This is due to the fact that we understand our own intentions and assume that people similar to us have the same ones. Now think about what this means for you as an offer owner. Your client avatar is trying to bridge the gap between their current circumstance and their desired circumstance. Your offer is supposed to be the thing that provides them with that transformation. Resonance is what gets them to recognize that it is indeed good for this. They need to know that you were where they are, that you are the same type of person as them, and that you are where they want to be. Your offer just won't stand out amongst the crowd unless you've got all three of those in place. There are three aspects of resonance that he makes use of, which each have their own role. The first is storyline. This is what shows his client avatar that he was once in their current circumstance. Brez Scales is considered a video game addicted kid from a small town who just happened to make something of himself. He mentions the way that he tried various business models until stumbling upon running a clothing brand, which eventually transitioned into freelance brand scaling. It demonstrates the way that he doesn't have one of those rags to riches tales, but he isn't the nepotism stereotype either. Him referring to himself as a fat Fortnite kid is a great example of him relaying this over to the client avatar. They are normal people who will go on to live normal lives unless they make a change. The whole thing wouldn't feel replicable if he were being perceived as a disciplined and focused genius. The second is his personality. This is what makes his client avatar feel like they're the same type of person as him. Brez Scales is heavily associated with being super unserious all the time. He doesn't frame himself as some sort of professional, and I don't even think this is deliberate for the most part either. It's because he's picked out a client avatar who is indeed the same type of person as him. Him playing into the joke of his grandfather owning Fiji water instead of getting offended by it is a great example of him making this clear to the client avatar. They don't take themselves too seriously and can appreciate the way that he doesn't either. The most difficult part to manufacture though is authenticity, because almost all audiences can spot somebody who isn't genuine with their camera presence. The third is his lifestyle. This is what proves to his client avatar that he is now in their desired circumstance. Brez Scales went viral for crashing his M3 competition and Aventador SV in the span of less than a week without even being too concerned about it. He doesn't downplay his situation, seeing as he's giving them a glimpse of what it would be like to step into that reality. A sense of contrast gets created when all of those achievements feel so close but so far at the same time. Him always posting YouTube videos, reels, or clips of his newest purchase is a great example of him drilling this home to the client avatar. They end up with such a vivid idea of what their life could look like, but no clarity on how to actually get there. The most difficult thing that you'll ever do is toe the line between extravagance and practicality in order to have this effect. All three of these aspects working together in harmony is what makes resonance possible. There are 3 steps that you can take in order to take advantage of this subtle trick for your own offer. The first is gaining a thorough understanding of your client avatar. You need to know their current circumstance, their desired circumstance, and the transformation that your offer should provide them with for bridging that gap. I would recommend speaking with them or spending time in places where they speak for themselves, because if you don't get this right, then everything downstream of it will be wrong. This includes forums, comment sections, sales call recordings, coaching call recordings, polls, deep research, the list goes on. The second step is conducting a thorough assessment of yourself. Your storyline should be relevant to their current circumstance, your personality should be relevant to them bridging the gap, and your lifestyle should be relevant to their desired circumstance. The best advice that I can give for this is being completely straightforward, rather than trying to put together a polished version of who you really are. Anything that you exaggerate will get exposed eventually, and anything that you omit will come to the surface eventually. The third step is lining these 2 things up with one another. You want your storyline to sound just like their current circumstance, your personality to make bridging that gap come across doable, and your lifestyle to feel in alignment with their desired circumstance. Anything that doesn't speak to them will lead them to the natural conclusion that your offer wasn't designed for them in the first place. It's essential that afterwards you put this into practice across everything that you do. Resonance is nothing more than the result of your client avatar seeing themselves in you. It works due to the survival mechanism of humans connecting to other humans that are similar to them. You, as the offer owner, have the highest leverage over your client avatar when you can match their natural frequency. Brez Scales gets this right through his storyline, personality, and lifestyle. You can take advantage of this by respectively mapping these 3 aspects onto their current circumstance, the type of person that they are, and their desired circumstance, then making it known. Your offer will become their natural conclusion once they've recognized this. There's a good chance that if you found this valuable, then you're trying to launch or scale your own offer at the moment. Resonance is almost always a byproduct of your positioning being dialed in. Positioning is only one of the 5 systems that drive the success of your offer. If you want to hit 6 figures per month, you'll need to know exactly which phase you're in right now and what steps need to be taken next. I've put together a completely free course that walks through absolutely everything around this. This subtle trick of resonance will make a lot more sense once you've got the context behind it from that. You can find it in the link in the description of this video or in the corner right now. You will undoubtedly be able to figure out a way to get your client avatar to see themselves in you. I found that most people aren't even taking advantage of this subtle trick, and the ones that are do it unconsciously. It's really in your best interest to dig this out as much as possible and make use of it. With that being said, I really do appreciate you watching all the way until the end of this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Cheers.